Boston Red Sox have spent officially more than $1 million in free agency in the 2023-2024 offseason. It's hard not to be a little sarcastic, and I don't mean that in terms of the player they got. Just fucking finally, there's more where I'm at right now. It cannot be this hard. And they proved it. It's not that hard. You go out, you get Lucas Giolito, a guy who had a pretty robust market. Granted, it's not the most booming free agency that's ever occurred by any stretch. But Giolito had multiple suitors. I know the Mets were involved. I know the Orioles were looking at him. The Red Sox got him. This wasn't the last guy available, and the Red Sox just happened to sign him. They went out and they beat other teams vying for his services. That is not a small feat based on where they've been at the past couple of years. Earlier today, Chris Cotillo was reporting that agents were asking him why the Red Sox were cheap fucks now. Never love to hear that. This is pretty good. This is a pretty good start. This is the start of the offseason. It's a couple New Year's Eve. This is the start of the offseason for the Boston Red Sox. And I like it. Giolito's a guy I've wanted them to trade for a couple of years now. He was an obvious bounce back candidate in my eyes. And then he was bad again. So you get the old double bounce back. But he's a guy who could throw forward, which the Red Sox desperately need. They still need it, but this is a good start in the right direction. It's being reported as a 2-year, $38.5 million contract. That's, from what I can tell, via Jeff Passan, incorrect. It is anywhere from a 1 to 3 year deal. Really don't like it if it's a 1 year deal. Really like it if it's a 2 year deal. If it's a 3 year deal, it feels like something went wrong for somebody, most likely him. So 2 years would be ideal. Don't know if we're going to get that. Seems like it's a 1 year deal at the moment, but it is an option for him to come back in 25, and it is a club option where he gets either 14 million or 19 million in 2026. Not even a real year. This is kind of my frustration with not giving out contracts. These years aren't even real. Deal with that when it fucking gets here. Don't worry about that today. But at the bare minimum, Lucas Giolito will be a member of the Boston Red Sox rotation in 2024. Now, a lot of people are pointing to last year, the year before, where he was rocking about a 4.8 ERA in both those seasons. He pitched for 3 teams last year. He was part of that fake Angels, let's buy a bunch of people. Listen, he pitched for the White Sox, Angels, and Guardians last year, and he was only with the Guardians down the stretch. He pitched for the White Sox and Angels last year, and the White Sox the year before that. He was going through some shit off the field, well documented. I'm not going to get into that here. I believe that all played a factor. Now, this offseason started with firing Chaim Bloom, hiring Craig Breslow, and then hiring Andrew Bailey. This is a perfect pitcher to really see what these guys can cook with. Because if Giolito has something wrong, which obviously there is something wrong when he hits the mound, he gave up 41 fucking home runs last year, then yeah, these should be the guys who can fix someone who, for a 3-year stretch, was getting Cy Young votes every single year. He's still in his 20s. This will be his age 29 season. So yeah, this is the perfect guy for Bailey and Breslow to really earn their keep. We already know he can do it at this level. We don't have to guess. This isn't a guy coming off of an injury. There's no rehab like there was with Paxton. This is a guy who has shown to be an elite starting pitcher. Am I projecting him to be the ace of this team? No. And we'll get to that point of it. But this is a guy who has shown he can put up innings. He's shown he can throw strikes. That meshes with everything Breslow said and everything Bailey needs. Fix whatever is broken, whatever is leading to those home runs, fix it, and you've got yourself a number 2. If it's not completely ironed out year 1, maybe he opts out, maybe you bring him back. If he likes what's been built around him, if he likes what has helped get his career back on the right track, then maybe he signs a long-term deal and it's less than what he's getting on the open market because of what the people in charge are helping him with. Maybe he stinks. Maybe he's just done. Maybe those 3 years were flash in the pan, big flash, but maybe that's behind him. Maybe this just is who he is now. And even that I'm kind of okay with because the Red Sox have been throwing out guys who were putting up worse numbers than this. So regardless, no matter how big of a leap forward he takes, it is an upgrade. Now that says a lot about where the Red Sox have been at. A lot. But it's a step in the right direction. I'm not going to shit on him for this contract. Genuinely happy. Giolito's a guy I've said repeatedly that I would like to see in here. He's here. Bailey, Breslow, go ahead. Now, if he is projected to be the big pitcher brought in this offseason, that's infuriating. Because as much as I believe in what they're trying to build in terms of rebuilding all of the pitching process throughout the organization, as much as I believe that is the plan, even if you look at what Bailey did with the Giants, that took 2 years. It didn't all happen season 1. It happened mostly in season 2, and then it was an elite staff and bullpen and all that. Years 2 through, I think it was there 5 years, 2 through 5, 2 through 4, whatever it was. Breslow, I don't know how hands-on he's going to be. I don't know if he got Bailey so Bailey could kind of handle it and they would talk and execute their vision in unison. That remains to be seen. Obviously, the Cubs had a big uptick in turning guys into reliable starters and relievers. So maybe that's more with the minor league arms. Maybe Bailey's going to be handling the guys at the big club. Breslow's got more of a vision for everyone down below. That'll all play out. What I know will help in year 1 is another top shelf starter. What I've stressed from day 1, get 2 guys to put in front of Bayo so that he can be your number 3 and go snatch that ace title and go earn that on the field. Don't put the pressure on him to be the ace on opening day, which of course is Chris Sale Day. Everyone knows that. But if everything clicks for Giolito, yeah, he can be the number 2. As of right now, he's the 4, and it's a good 4. I'm not shitting on him. I'm saying that's where he would slot in right now. If he's the 4-8 guy of the last 2 years, that's your number 4 or 5. If he's the guy before that, yeah, that's a 1 or a 2. He just has to prove that he's back there yet, and that may take a month. That may take 2 months of being out on the fields, and that's okay. Right now, this isn't a team banging on the door of the World Series, but this is a guy who helps get you through 162 games, no problem. Some of the numbers. Giolito posted a 3.47 ERA at 3.54 FIP, 108 WHIP, 11 strikeouts per 9, 2.9 walks per 9, over 72 starts. That's 427 and 2/3 innings from 19 to 21. Cy Young votes in all of those seasons. Finished as high as 6th, finished in 7th in 2020. Last 2 seasons, 4.89 ERA, 4.7 FIP, 137 whip, 9.9 K per 9, 3.5 walks per 9, and 63 starts. 4.88 ERA last year. Still made 33 starts. And last year, his first 21 starts before being traded, he posted a 3.79. So it's not like you really have to go all the way back that far to see a guy who's extremely helpful. You saw him for 21 starts last year. If you tell me Giolito goes up this year, posts a 3.79, has a 10K per 9, $20 million, no problem. Easy contract, win of an offseason move. Not a whole offseason, one move, win. Be thrilled with that. So it's on them to get him back to that place where he was genuinely last season. So I'm happy about that. Now, the offseason cannot be over. Just cannot. It's not enough. But it's a good move. I'm happy to be sitting here talking about the Boston Red Sox doing something. Going out, signing a player other teams were highly interested in. Again, if one of the reasons behind firing Heim was pitching, top to bottom throughout the organization, pivoting to Craig and bringing in Bailey, this is the perfect guy to do it. Truly, this is the perfect guy for them to have proof of concept in year 1, because we know guys, especially AAA guys, AA guys throughout the system, those guys are going to take more than a year to see what has actually been happening. Even if they're doing it in Greenville, Salem, all those places, that doesn't matter as much until they hit the big club. So this is a guy that can go out and prove it right away. They can do it with Bayo, stop having him throw fastballs below the belt, stuff like that. They can make those small changes in the big club. This is a guy that they can revive and also bolster your rotation day one. So I'm excited. I've got nothing negative to say here. My only knock would be I don't love that he can opt out and go elsewhere if he truly comes back to ace or number 2 status, because the Red Sox still haven't proven they're willing to give out big money, especially for a pitcher. Giolito's been durable. No reason to believe that'll go anywhere else, but he's a veteran, not Corey Kluber, 80-year-old veteran. He's a veteran. He's proven it before. Love the signing. Will it work? That's up to him and the fellas. But I'm not going to sit here on December 29th and shit on a signing when I've been shitting on them for not signing anyone. I am happy. Welcome to Boston.